Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Corpse Factory video. I know your boy hasn't recorded a video in 9,000 years, but we're gonna do one here. Let's go. It's not some quick job that even a child can do. It's a painstakingly crafted work of art that would fool even the keenest eye. An hour passes, and then something else. What did I say? An hour passes, then 2, then 3. Gotcha. Before I know it, midnight has come and gone, but the work is nearing completion. All that remains is to add the final touches. I like to add specific, distinguishable details to the image. A personal item or accessory, clothes, makeup, you name it, I can edit it in. Hashtag Photoshop. With personal details added, I adjust the lighting and color palette, just slightly enough to make the photo truly unique. If the victim decides to reverse image search the photo and discovers it as a forgery, all my work would be for naught. And with that, the masterpiece is complete. A grisly, gruesome, gratuitously gory gift for the soon-to-be departed. The victim will receive the photo of a corpse that is, for all intents and purposes, a perfect replica of her own physical form. She'll open the image on her phone, and the life she once knew will crumble to pieces. My lips curl into a satisfied smirk. During my hours of work, my breathing eventually steadied. My excited nerves settled into a zen-like calm. But seeing the finished art piece now, I begin to feel my heart pounding once more. The macabre vision before me is exhilarating. Adrenaline and dopamine surge throughout my body, giving me a sudden head rush of bliss. To say that I'm attracted to the sight of blood and guts would be misleading. No, I'm not into that at all. The excitement stems from the thought of taking control of somebody else's life, dictating their future, controlling their fate. For with the creation of his image, I have taken the victim's life into my own hands, like a puppet master pulling the strings of a marionette? Yeah. By forging this convincing creation, I will compel the victim to take her own life. That's right, my own hands need not become stained. The hands of Corpse Girl have never been dirtied with the blood of a victim. Bet. This is the true nature of my work. Carefully crafting corpse photos in such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed, that no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death that awaits them. And the date stamped on the photo is the icing on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim choosing to end their own life. A date so near in the future, a time that has not yet occurred. A fiber of uncertainty carefully interwoven into the image that causes the victim to pause and consider the possibilities. Is this photo from the future? Is this truly my fate? How can I outrun a future that has been pre-decided? These are the thoughts that run through a victim's mind. Despair and dread flood the senses. Overwhelming anxiety gives way to calm acceptance. This is my dead body. This is how I die. Why should I fight it? And when the victim's last vestige of resistance gently breaks, like a silk spider web being torn by a cool breeze, they finally give in. They invite their end. This is the way it'll go down for this woman, this complete and total stranger. I'm confident, certain, convinced. Damn, bro. It was a sudden spark of inspiration. Ah, fuck. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. You're just gonna have to listen to me talk, I guess, for the first little bit. My bad. I can never quite recall exactly what it was that spawned the idea. Sometimes I get close to remembering, but the recollection dances the edge of my mind and slips back into the darkness. Regardless, I ventured down a dark and dangerous path. I built Corpse Girl's website and invited strangers to request the deaths of people they do. You could obviously see that I haven't recorded in forever because I forgot to put the fucking game on the game capture, like a ninkus. It was a sales tactic, simply a way to encourage users to submit images. I had no intention or means of ending lives. It wasn't anything really interesting to look at anyway, it was just a fucking apartment. Little did I know of the true power I wielded. I only intended to create corpse photos and send them to people for fun. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that I didn't get off on it. The thought of people shrieking in fear at the sight of their own corpse was more than delicious. Same? It sated my budding lust. It filled a dark hole in the depths of my soul and gave me purpose. Never in a million years did I dream that one of my corpse photos would result in the death of another human being. Oh, she dead as hell. I'll never forget her name. Rui Hurtado. 20-something, slim, gorgeous, eyes that took my breath away the moment I gazed upon her portrait. She was the first person to make me feel bad about crafting hoax photos. The only person to make me feel bad about it. But I did it anyway. Corpse Girl never rejects the request. It's my conviction. I forged a beautiful rendition of her death. And thanks to some rather macabre source photos obtained via the database of the deceased, I strung Rory's corpse up in a field like a ghoulish scarecrow. The photo was incredible. It was my 5th or 6th work, the 5th or 6th time a user of Corpse Girl's website requested her death. Ryotano died just hours after receiving the photo. I don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her. Oh, she was murdered. But I know one thing. Oh, what the fuck? Ryotano's body, her real body, was found in a field, hanging like a scarecrow, surrounded by crows. Word? Her eyes had been fucking Jimmy, rap god. Her eyes had been gouged out of her skull, and her stiff fingers clutched her phone tightly. According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image I created of her corpse. When I first learned of Rory's death, I was overcome with varying emotions. I felt sick, elated, disgusted, overjoyed, depressed, aroused. Had I somehow caused her death? Was Corpse Girl responsible for taking a life? Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I still felt responsible. A lurid truth descended upon me at that moment. Corpse Girl held the power to end lives, and the more I dwelled on that fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel that power pulsing through my veins, throbbing in my blood as my heart pumped and pounded within my chest. Can't explain how the power works, and I don't know why I have it. But somehow, the corpse photos I create can compel a victim to end their own life, or compel someone else to end it for them. Rory died in the way that I envisioned. Her dead body matched a fake corpse photo I had painstakingly crafted. Truck. I didn't even have to leave the safety and comfort of my apartment to ensure her death. Corpse Girl's power is real, extraordinary, and I vowed to exercise that power as frequently as possible. Ryotano died last year. Since then, I've been chasing that rush, that thrill that comes with snuffing out a soul. It wasn't hard to grow the popularity of Corpse Girl's website after that incident. Particularly, dark corners of the internet gobbled up the news with enthusiasm, and the site saw an influx of new visitors. And on a few occasions, I've even overheard people in the real world whispering about the mysterious website that lets you request a death. I've crafted corpse photos for dozens of requests. Each photo is more convincing and realistic than last, thanks to my ever-evolving skills. But none of my recent attempts have been successful. Not a single person has dropped dead since Ryotano. I'm beginning to wonder if Corpse Girl's power has fizzled out. Or perhaps I never had any power to begin with. Maybe Rory's death was simply a fluke, a morbid coincidence. I've spent countless hours doubting myself, doubting Corpse Girl. I've tried so hard to replicate that one success. Every time I receive a request, I do the same thing as I did in Rory Hatano's case. I edit the photo of the victim, I create a convincing corpse photo, and I timestamp it with the time of death. I send the photo to the victim, and then I leave the rest up to fate. But nothing ever comes of it. I'm not so delusional to think that in normal circumstances, a simple photo would be enough to convince someone to kill themselves. And even if that photo fell into someone else's hands, it wouldn't inspire them to go out and kill the victim, of course. Not. However, these are no ordinary circumstances. I once activated a power beyond the ken of mortal men. I caused Rory Hatano to die by her own hand or by the hand of another. I need to find a way to manifest my power once more, to prove that I, Corpse Girl, have the power of death and destruction at my fingertips. That sounds like an awesome title for like a fucking video game or some shit. Once a new victim perishes, I know it will pave the way to more and more deaths. My website will gain popularity and become more than just an urban myth. People will live their lives in fear, forever wondering if Corpse Girl is lurking behind the next text message they receive. Yes, I can see the future. I crave so clearly in my mind. I'm close to achieving my goal. I know I am. And when my dream comes true, I can finally do something. Tuesday morning, May 26th. Wow. And with that, I'm going to leave this video here. Yeah, anyways, so short video for our return video. I will try to record more videos in the future, but it's kind of annoying to do with YouTube these days. Anyways, peace.